That was the slow blues in the key of C. That's going to be our topic today. We're going to talk about one way to play a slow blues. Slow blues is really the most misunderstood version of the blues because everybody thinks that it's so easy because it's slow, right? You can play at a slow tempo. It's hard at a fast tempo. But the truth is, to play a really, a nice slow blues, there's got to be a lot of pacing, a lot of empty spaces, and then build from there. Okay, you don't want to jump out guns a-blazing. You want to build up to a certain point, and then hopefully the band will follow you and build up with you. So I'm gonna play a little thing that I've put together, and we're going to break it down and learn how to play it note by note. And the tab's going to be on the website, youlearnguitar.com. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so let's pick out a few of these licks and talk about how we get there. Okay, we start off with a classic B.B. King style intro. Just your triplets, major pentatonic. Okay, main thing is get that bend in tune. If you need to bring that thumb over the top for a little leverage, by all means, go ahead and do that. If you want to add a little rake, okay, feel free to do that. I want to point out again that is coming straight from the major pentatonic scale, okay? Major sixth here, major second, bending up to the major third, okay? Blues is not all minor pentatonic, okay? Then as we switch to the 4 chord, okay, we're bending up from 11 to 13. Okay, that's our flat 7th of the 4 chord. I won't go through too much theory on this. I've got other lessons with plenty of theory. I just want to get the licks down here. Then our next one, starting back in 8th position. Okay, so a couple half-step bends in there. Those are always a little more, I don't know, maybe a little trickier than the whole step bends, just because guitarists tend to bend in whole steps, 2 frets, more often than the half step. So make sure you don't overbend it. A great way to practice that is play the lick without the bend, or at least the part with the bend, you know. And then try to match that. Okay? Alright, the next one I got from one of my favorite Texas guitarists, Anson Funderburg. Okay, we're down here in 6th position, starting on the F. Well, our first finger's on the F, our ring finger is on the G, bending up to the A. Then we're holding that bend up and grabbing this C note with our pinky. Okay, so, and then bending it again on the 2nd string. Okay. Now we're moving way up here into 13th position. Okay. Okay, so another whole step bend. This is kind of an interesting one because we're playing on adjacent strings for each note. We're not playing in scale steps so much. 3rd string, 2nd string, 1st string. Okay, that's a good way to get a melody. Play more melodically. Is avoid playing like you're playing up and down scales. Excuse me, and skip a few notes. Okay, then we got this little 16th note figure. So we're doing a pull off, 16 to 15, 15 to 13, down to 14, 15 on the B string, back to 14 on the G string, back to 13 on the B string. Okay, we're mixing some major and minor pentatonic stuff in there. All right, then we go, let's see here. We got some 16th notes here. You might remember earlier in the solo we went. This time we're adding a note to that. Adding that G note on the 2nd string. So, bending from F to G, and then playing the G. That doesn't get much more classic than that. Bending up to a note and then playing the note on the next string. This little bar here at the 8th fret, always always home base there. Okay, you might hear some Albert King, or later on Stevie Ray Vaughan in that lick. So I'm bending a whole step, and then more like a quarter step there. Then ending back down on the root. Then we're doing, this has always been one of my favorite little things. Okay, so we're playing over this G9 chord, and if you caught one of my rhythm videos on the slow blues. You might remember this little slide up and down. And that's basically what we're doing here with our single notes. Okay, just playing right off that shape. Okay, check out the tab if you're having trouble following. Okay, then we're back to the F chord. Another arpeggio right there. The third of the chord, the fifth of the chord, and the flat seventh of the chord. And then we end up back on the third. So we got that funky interval there with the third and the flat seventh. Then I'm going to play that as a double stop. So we got a bunch of double stops there. A double stop is when you play two notes at the same time. Okay, so we're back to the C chord. Okay, another major to minor. Or in this case, sorry, minor to major. Okay, minor 7th, 5th, major 6th, little trill. Okay, here I'm going from the 5th to the minor 3rd. I'm not picking up my finger and going. I'm going, so I'm kind of rolling that finger, standing it up. Okay. Alright, then I'm walking into the G chord, the G7 chord. And I'm just arpeggiating that chord. You could hold it down like a G9. Or you can just do it the way I'm doing it there. Middle finger on the 10th fret, ring finger on the 10th fret 3rd string, pinky on the 10th fret 1st string. So that could be a G7 or a G9. Okay? Alright. That is about it. I think I hit the highlights. Again, you go to youlearnguitar.com. You can see the tab. You can play this video along with the tab over and over and over. And that is our lesson on the slow blues. That is just one interpretation of the slow blues. Listen to people play them. Listen to B.B. King play them. You know, listen to the difference between the way B.B. plays them and Stevie Ray used to play them. You know, there's a whole lot difference in the number of notes picked, but they were both effective and very soulful. That's what we're shooting for. Okay? So thanks for joining me, and I will see you soon.